Ciarán Joyce, another All-Ireland final about to come up very, very shortly, with Cork and Tipperary going toe-to-toe in Croke Park. First of all, from your own perspective, congratulations on getting back here, because everybody seems to have taken it for granted that Cork are back in the final. A lot of people are inside Cork when they say that. But from the players' perspective and the management perspective, winning a National League, winning a Munster title is one thing, but obviously the big one, you want the big one, and you must be very, very excited in the final few days before it.
Yeah, we're great. It's great to be back there. First of all, All Ireland finals don't come around too often. We've gotten, I think it's 2021, 2013, last year and this year. So they don't come around too often in Cork in the last couple of years. So yeah, it's great to be back. And look, we've done an awful lot of work this year to get back here, even more than last year. So yeah, we can't wait for it in 2 weeks' time.
Now, in your part of the world, you started out with Kilta Og not too long ago, a while back. Castlemartyr and obviously Imo Kelly. What's that part of the world like at the moment? Or are you just trying to, it's obviously crazy and everybody's excited, but from your own personal point of view, that's 3 or 4 groups of people and clubs that are really invested in you and behind you and delighted for you. It must be a lovely place to be living in at the moment, or is it?
Oh, it is, yeah, absolutely. It's very, like, as a Kilta Og and Castlemartyr man, it's a proud moment going out into the pitch. You're representing them, and I'm playing for Castlemartyr at the moment, and they're going mad there at the moment now. But it's great. It's going out into the pitch and you're representing them. It's a great feeling. There's not many Castlemartyr men that have played in All Ireland finals, so yeah, it's a special moment, definitely.
Do you feel that pressure, Ciarán, or you just get on with it and embrace it?
No, not at all. There's zero pressure. Every time I go into the pitch, it's just a special. It's a very special feeling. You're doing it for yourself, your family, and your club, and there's zero pressure with them. They put very little pressure on you. The only pressure you put on is from yourself, really. So yeah, any day I go, there's zero pressure on them, really. Yeah.
You've been lucky in that you've had a lot of very good coaches from underage, Kilta Og, Castlemartyr, Imo Kelly. Who's been some of the biggest influences on you that got you to this point?
I suppose my father, he's coached me now since I was a 5-year-old up until minor, I'd say. So he's been a big influence on me in my career, and I suppose in school teams as well with Middleton CBS, they've done a lot as well, and with Castlemartyr as well. There's a lot of people. There's probably too many people to name as well. So I don't want to single anyone out, but coaches are a huge aspect of how you develop as a young fella. So I'm very lucky to have very good coaches from my underage career. Yeah.
Let's talk about the final, because there's a lot of press and a lot of headlines naturally about the Cork forwards and the division, the choice that Pat Ryan and his management team have. It's the same in defence though, because that half back line that you play on and the full back line behind you, there's so many players who won't make that 26 panel on the day of the All-Ireland. How intense are the training matches, and how intense has training been this year? Have you stepped it up from last year, or is it just more of the same?
It's probably even stepped up another few notches. Look, we play a lot of A versus B games outside here, and like a lot of the time the B team are winning, which is a great thing, really. Well, it's a good and a bad thing, but it's great, really, because they're not putting their foot off the gas and they're pushing everyone that's starting. And you've seen it this year. I don't think we have had the same team go out any day, so it's a different team the whole time. You might have 1 or 2 changes, and any fella that comes in, he's making a huge impression. You saw with Cormac O'Brien, he's come in this year, he's made a huge difference, and everyone on the panel is pushing, and it's great because you go out and you're like, every training you come to, you have to be in full form, because if you're only playing at 90%, you're going to get found out at training. So yeah, it's great.
The loss to Limerick was a turning point, I think, in the year, insofar as the way you rebounded, the manner in which you rebounded in the Munster final to get that victory, whether it was by penalties or whenever it happened. You spoke in the immediate aftermath about work rate and perseverance. They were the characteristics that were important to you. This team has those in abundance, but you delivered it. There's very few teams lose to Limerick by 16 points and beat them again. Yeah. What does that say about the character of this team?
Yeah, there's absolutely huge character. It's a lot of it is player driven as well. We have a lot of leaders inside in that dressing room, and after that 16-point loss, we had a meeting inside here the week after it, and we kind of just sat down and we went through everything we need to improve on. And yeah, look, it's worked since. We've been unbeaten since, but yeah, it was a huge learning curve for us in that game. We learned an awful lot from it, and even the Waterford game after, we weren't playing 100%. We only played in patches for that game, and I suppose last week we could only say we played in patches too. So in the final we have to play well for 70+ minutes. That's the thing we're always striving for.
You've come up against some seriously talented forwards this year and done fantastically on them, but you've got Jake Morris, you've got Jason Ford, you've got I could list them all off in terms of Tipp. You also got a good look at Tipp here the day you played them in the Munster Championship, but they had a player sent off earlier. So, obvious question, there's no pressure on Tipp going up to the All-Ireland final. year favourites on merit, and that's just something you have to live with.
Yeah.
But from your perspective, you've played Tipp often enough to know a bit about them, but this is all Ireland final day, so I'm assuming all of that goes out the window.
Yeah, it's out the window, and look, we've been on the wrong side of Tipp defeats as well, so yeah, it's 50-50 going into this final. They're a very good side. They've great forwards. They've a great 15. You know, they're like us. You know, they have a great panel as well. They've fellas coming off the bench that are making impressions too. So. And they've a mix of youth and experience as well. You know, you've the likes of Noel McGrath and you've Ger McCarthy and these fellas. So they're very similar to us, and they're goal hungry as well, and like ourselves. So it'll be definitely an interesting game. Yeah.
On All Ireland final, they are big match days. What are you like to be sitting alongside the dressing room? Are you calm? Are you geeing yourself up, or do you annoy people, or do people annoy you?
No, I'm calm enough, to be honest.
Would your teammates say that?
I'd say they would. Yeah. I don't really get that nervous now, to be honest. Even the last, I wasn't even out on the pitch. I wasn't that nervous, which is a good and a bad thing, because you probably need you need nerves as well for a bit of energy as well. But I suppose it's a good thing being calm as well, because like it's a big occasion and it's important you don't let the occasion get to you as well.
Yeah.
So it's just important to be calm and just embrace it as well, really.
Yeah, I can sense the level-headedness of you, and I can sense the level-headedness of the team this year. Is that an embodiment of your manager and your management team? Because they set the tone. They don't get over the top when you've won. They didn't get too excited when you lost. And I can see that in you this year, that there's a momentum, there's a determination and a work rate, all the things we spoke about, but level-headedness all the way through it.
Yeah, and like you can see that probably Pat Ryan, you hear him talking a lot. You can probably tell that a lot from him as well. Look, he's a man that you'd run through a wall for Pat as well. And even all the management team, they're unreal. You know, they're Donal O'Rourke as our coach and a few of our selectors. Like they're very good to probably keep us level-headed. And you know, every day we go out on the training pitch, it's great trainings. You know, there's great intensity, and every training we go out, it's a new training. We want to learn new things, and want to get better. So yeah, they're very good to keep us level-headed and keep us going forward.
And just finally, what's the ticket situation? Do you have one, and can you get us one?
Yeah, it's there's a lot of people asking, alright, but I try and keep that on the lid now. I leave my parents deal with all that, and I just try and concentrate on the game, really.
I think that's the most sensible thing we've heard tonight in best way. Listen, from everybody in Cork, from everybody in Cork, inside and outside, all the very best. We're 100% behind you, and delighted for you specifically, overcoming the injuries. Great to see you back and playing a full tilt, and the best luck, man.
Thanks very much, appreciate it. Thank you.